Hello everybody, what is up and welcome back to my channel and to the Dear Hairstylist series. I've had a bit of a switch up. I've decided to move my space around, which has given me a bit more of like a studio setting. So I kind of like it. Let me know if you guys like this setup. I'm still kind of trying to negotiate the lighting. You might also notice that my hair looks a little bit different, and that's because I had it cut. So I went to the Kevin Fortune Hair Academy. They asked me to come and be one of their models. And I was super lucky because I had an incredible stylist, Christoph Poten, who is the artistic director of AFROISMASSIVEFD, cutting and styling my hair. So it was amazing, and it was such a great space for education. So the Kevin Fortune Hair Academy, they provide spaces to teach hairstylists about Afro hair and getting them used to styling it, trimming it, all of those sorts of things. So if you are looking for a place where you can learn more about Afro hair care, then I would definitely recommend the Kevin Fortune Academy. I'm going to put the link down below. So it was super duper fun. We did like a standing style because I came with my hair braided, and they kind of thought that I was going to have like some 3C hair going on, and I was like, you guys don't even know. And then he did a full wash, which was amazing. We actually used the red Ken, which was great. Didn't really do too much for slip though when it came to detangling, so that's one thing that I would say about red Ken. And then when it came to the actual cut, we did a standing trim. So it was a selective trim, and he did it by using the side profiles of my face to make sure that we were shaping the hair in a really nice rounded way that was going to complement every possible angle, which is totally different to what you would do to Caucasian hair. So it was just such a great experience, really fun. So can't recommend the Kevin Fortune Academy enough, so check them out. And also thank you, Christoph, for making my hair look amazing. So in today's video we are going into 2-strand twists. This is one of my favorite things to do to my own hair. It's useful for so many different things: for protecting, for sealing, for prepping, for priming. Also a fantastic style that you can use for a range of different characters, for your film or TV work, or even your stage work that you are styling for. So it's definitely a really easy go-to that can be really easy to do. Doesn't take very much time, but it just takes a little bit of practice. And I've noticed over the years that not many stylists know how to do a 2-strand twist. I feel like the kind of rope braid thing, I'm not really sure how that works on Caucasian hair, obviously, but I do notice that when they try to do the rope twist on Afro hair types, it doesn't hold, and that's because it's a very particular technique in order to allow our hair to stay. Now, our hair is fantastic at holding braids, holding twists. We don't need hair ties or hair bands. A lot of the time when stylists braid my hair, they will insist on using those elastic bands. It's just very damaging for ends, and we don't need it. All you need to do is kind of swizzle the end and it will stay. We have memory hair and it will hold. I actually remember an experience I had on a job. This was for Ted Lasso. The stylist that was assigned to me, she wanted to do a twist on my hair, but she didn't know how to do a twist. And I don't know how it works for Caucasian hair types, but I assume that just doing that won't hold either. I don't know. But if that is the case, she tried to do that on my hair and it didn't work, and she was getting very frustrated, like angry, and was getting very frustrated at my hair, as if my hair was the problem. And I just said, and I asked her, you know, do you want me to teach you how to do it? And she was like, no, you can just do it. And I was like, okay. So the first thing that you need to do as a stylist is ensure that you are not becoming frustrated and taking it out on the hair or on the person, okay? Remember, we are all in a workspace. We are all in a workplace. We're all getting paid by the same company. So essentially on the day, yes, you have the stylists and the models or the dancers, the performers, but on the day, we are all colleagues in the same workplace, and we need to make sure that it is a safe space for work. You would never, you know, get frustrated at the printer and then take it out on the IT guy. Or maybe you would, you know. Let's try not to do that. And actually, if you notice you're being frustrated, take a step back and maybe ask the person for support. If you really are feeling out of your depth, ask the head hairstylist, and just try to find ways that you can mitigate your frustration, okay? But 2-strand twists are hella super duper easy, and we're going to go through it right now. So if a model or a dancer or performer comes to set with their natural dry hair, which is allowed, okay? It's crazy to me how so much of the time we are expected to half do our hair before coming onto set, and that should not be the case. And it was crazy because at the Kevin Fortune Hair Academy, that was the first time that actually I'd rocked up to a location having just my natural dry hair, and I felt almost awkward that I should have done half of the work for them already, and they were like, no, we need this. You need to come with your natural hair. So what do you do if someone comes to location with their beautiful natural 4C fro? We moisturize, okay? So that's the first thing we're gonna do. I absolutely love having all of my hair tools here in this bookcase. It just makes life so much easier, makes me feel so organized. I feel like I live in a little shop or like a little hair studio. It's very, very cute. And also I just want to say a massive thank you for all of the support that I've been receiving for this series that I've been doing for you guys. It's been really, really great to see your responses, seeing you guys sliding into the DMs and asking for more tips and advice and things like that. And I've actually had a lot of questions in terms of, you know, you guys booking sessions with me where I can do coaching and teaching about this sort of stuff with you directly in person. So what I've done, I've actually created a space on my website, AFROISMASSIVE.com, where you can book a 3-hour slot of my time to come to the studio. You can practice styles on my hair, we can walk through some things, we can, you know, bring your products, blah, blah, blah. So that is all laid out for you on my website. You can book a consultation with me, we can hang out on Zoom or over the phone for 10 minutes with a coffee, and we can talk through your situation right now as a stylist and what's going to be the best thing for you going forward in terms of your education. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is section off a part of my hair so that I can actually show you guys how to do the 2-strand twist. And I'm just very, very gently going to part my hair down the middle. And every time we are parting, remember that we are super, super gentle. There's never any yanking or any feeling of friction at all. So even then, despite my hair being completely bone dry, I've still been able to separate my hair without any breakage, without any snagging. And that's because you're just being really gentle and just really taking your time to do so. The hair will fall away from each other very, very easily the more gentle you are. We want to be coaxing and teasing, and anytime I feel any friction, I go to that exact knot and try and mitigate the knot. So it is quite dark, but hopefully you guys can see. So what I'm going to do first of all, this looks super weird. So first thing you're going to do is take your spray bottle and saturate the hair with water. And I think the most important word there was saturate. It's not just one spritz and you're done. The hair has to be saturated. I think that's something that gets really, really overlooked. So some stylists will use water on my hair or on other people's afro hair, but they'll just do like one spritz and then put a comb through it. We've talked about this on a previous episode. That is not moisturizing. We have to make sure that the hair, that the cuticle is saturated. Okay, and because water increases friction and is not good for adding slip, for detangling, we're now going to add in a moisturizer so we can do a very brief detangle. So the moisturizer that I'm going to use is the Mielle Organics Rice Water Collection. Now I am actually obsessed, and Mielle is such a beautiful brand. Yes, they've sent me like their whole collection, so I'm currently trialing their new products. They've got a whole rice water range, which is so, so lovely. I really love using this. In terms of having really high quality Afro hair care products as part of your hair kit, you know, to grace your table, these are honestly so, so beautiful. I actually got their leave-in conditioner here as well. So I'm going to be using both. I'm going to be using the moisturizing milk, this is a moisturizer, and then I'm going to be using the leave-in conditioner as a detangler. Okay, so just bear that in mind. I like to use the moisturizer as a primer and just very gently running my hands through the hair, identifying any knots as we go along. And our fingers really are the best naturally given combs, so I love trying to use my fingers as much as possible, and you should too. And I do this kind of like separating motion where I do that with my fingers, so that if I feel a knot, I literally just do the parting that way with my fingers, and it's such a great way to allow the hair to gently fall away from each other so that you get minimal shedding. If the hair starts to still feel a bit dry, put in more water. And now I'm going to go in with the Pomegranate and Honey Leave-In Conditioner. Again, this is a moisturizing curl primer and detangler for thick, curly, type 4 hair, which is absolutely perfect for my hair texture. So I'm just going to go in with some of this. This smells incredible. So if you want to go in and do more of a deeper detangle, you absolutely can by using a tangle teaser or your comb of choice. Something that's going to be very gentle to the hair, to the root, and to the end. So now I'm going to go into the actual twist itself. So hopefully you guys are going to be able to see this okay. And all I'm going to do is split this down the middle. So we've got two sections, obviously, because this is a 2-strand twist. And the thing that gives these twists their hold and their shape and their definition is the twist on top of the crossover. We twist the hair and then cross over the two sections, okay? So you're gonna see me take the hair, twist, then take this next section, put it on top, twist, cross over, twist, cross over, twist, cross over. Hopefully you guys can see that. And what I also like to do is make sure that I'm not doing it too tight, because then that causes us to lose the definition that we're working really hard to get, right? That really nice rope definition. Can you guys see that? So what I then do is I just make sure that as I'm twisting, I kind of let it go. So we twist, cross over. And then I'm just going to do this for the rest of my hair going down. And then at the end, instead of using a little hairband, which we really don't need, we just do a little swizzle at the end. You can also use your rat tail comb to do a little, make a little spiral at the end of the curl, and it will just hold that definition. But 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna need a hairband. And there we go, just a really nice, simple, plain 2-strand twist. And if you guys do not have a wig, you guys should really have a 3C wig, a 4A wig, a 4C wig that you can then be practicing, you know, on a doll, that you can practice on to make sure that you really understand the difference in these textures and how well they hold and things like that. So this is very little pressure was given to the root, very little tightness was used during the process of this twist. Super easy, and it's so fast to do. These are quick, and you can do these small, you can do these tiny, so that you can have loads of braids around the whole scalp if you want to. You know, you can do these a bit more chunky and a bit more thick. I love a thick twist. Maybe I should do that for you now as well. So we can do 2 examples, one that's small and one that's a little bit larger. So I've got a nice large section of hair here. I'm gonna go in again with my water. And again, we wanna make sure that the hair is saturated. And when you're doing these bigger, more loose 2-strand twists, these are great for then, you know, manipulating them into like a pony style or something like that. So there's really so much diversity that you can be using with these braids. Feel free to check out some kind of like 2-strand twist styles on Pinterest and things like that. There are loads of different examples of hairstyles using 2-strand twists that you can also be taking advantage of and practicing and using as well for the Afro hair characters for the TV show or film that you're working on. So we're going to go in with our moisturizer to make sure that we have nourished the hair. These Mielle products are absolutely stunning. Like, I love using them. They're so high quality and they smell amazing as well. This is the thing, get products that you really like from companies that you really respect and that you really enjoy, because that means you're just going to enjoy using them so much more, rather than going to, you know, a little store where you can pick up the cheapest products. It's just not great, you know. So if just going back in with the leave-in conditioner, you know, if you think about makeup artists and how they are so proud of their makeup kits, and they're getting the Anastasia Beverly Hills, they're getting the Pat McGrath, they're getting the best of the best for their work. You should be doing the exact same thing. Do not settle for cheap high street, because you're going to get very similar results in the hair that comes out. Because this is a larger bit of hair, I'm actually going to use my tangle teaser just to work through some of these knots. Also make sure you pay a lot of attention to the ends as well. The ends tend to have the most breakage, and tangle teaser have such an extensive range of different brushes. Don't just pick up one just because it's a tangle teaser, because the tangle teaser that was used on my hair at the Kevin Fortune Academy Day, it was my stylist's own tangle teaser, but it was the black one, and it just had no yield. So it really didn't do much in terms of detangling. It was actually causing a lot of damage. So I was like, let's not use that, let's use something else, you know. Okay, so now that that is detangled, we're gonna start doing this twist, this nice big juicy twist right here. Okay, same thing again, divide it into two, and then it's the same thing again. We twist and then exchange hands. And then again, not much need for a hairband at the end. Okay, so these tend to be just like a really lovely alternative to having the standard like 3-strand braid or a plait, and they just add a little bit extra, a little bit something different. I love the spiral that comes from doing these twists. And like I said, you can do so many. You can create loads of different twists all over the hair and then put it up, which is what, you know, creates really beautiful sculptural designs. And then again, twists are a really, really great way to prep and prime hair. So if you want to have a stretched out look, you can put hair into a twist like this. And then, you know, if the person allows you to use heat on their hair, you can then use a hair dryer to kind of keep it in this stretched out state and blow it. Or you could put them then into the REV-AIR, which uses low heat, and that will allow it to stretch and then also maintain the wave that comes from the spiral. Depending on how much time you have, you know, you can just let it sit for a couple of hours if they're not going on to set straight away. And then when you then take the hair out, you're gonna get these really lovely kind of bouncy waves into the afro hair. I use twists every single day pretty much to prep and set my hair, and they're just a really, really handy tool. But now what I'm going to do is show you an actual style that you can use incorporating twists into a full kind of hairstyle. And feel free to use these on your next job if you have one coming up. It's quite contemporary, so I wouldn't use it for any period styles, but is a really, really great, very simple, very easy, and very authentic look for afro hair. I feel like whenever people try to style afro hair, they're doing too much, and then it doesn't really look realistic. It kind of looks a bit performative. But it's good to actually use styles that people are using every day, you know? So I'm gonna start by moisturizing all of my hair, because obviously we need to make sure that the hair is moisturized before we style it. And then I'm gonna whack it into a ponytail and then do 2 twists coming out the front. I actually did do this on my Instagram, so if you wanna check out the reel over there, then do head over to Instagram at AFROISMASSIVE and check out that style on there as well. Okay, so this is the look that I have gone for, just using this 2-strand twist style. So actually what I did was I took the top section of this hair and also did a 2-strand twist in there, a nice loose 2-strand twist, which I was then able to fold over and create a really nice textured shaped bun. And then the rest of the hair I have just left loose and down. So it's a nice half up, half down style with this 2-strand twist in the front. So you could kind of say kind of 90s, kind of noughties, but then also kind of 2020s. And then these, you can actually do what you want with them. Put some beads in, put some charms in there. You can actually tuck them behind the earlobes, which is really cute as well. Or you can actually reverse them and take them up and tie them around the underneath of the bun, so you get this kind of halo effect on the top of the head. Okay, that is it for me on 2-strand twists for today. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to pop them in the comment section down below, or reach out to me on AfroIsMassive on Instagram. I'm always hanging out on there, talking to you guys and hanging out there on the stories a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.